everybody, welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. I'm your host Ian here, and today we are starting on the awesome Agora Models Mitsubishi A6M Zero Fighter. I've seen it on their website for months, and I'm just kind of like, that's pretty cool. And I was looking at the Bismarck, and I'm like, oh, Bismarck, oh, that's cool. And, decided, they wanted me to do this A6, and I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And when the parts came out of the box on the unboxing video, I was not faking enthusiasm. There are some really, really cool parts in here. It's just sick. All these propeller blades are geared, and they're metal, and they're nice and heavy and weighty. And yeah, here we go. Let's have the screwdriver talk, okay? Let's have the talk. I guess they'll get the job done, but I highly recommend a good precision screwdriver from a respected brand, generally a German one, usually for the screwdrivers. I have WWII. Most of the other partwork dudes, they use the WWII with the little green grippy things on them. Both fantastic brands of screwdriver, highly recommended. 3-in-1 oil in one of these little blue dispensary things. You can get I don't know if it's called an oil dispenser or liquid dispenser on Amazon. My buddy Todd at mypartworks.com sent me the link to order that, and the instructions do say to lube your screws. We didn't have to peel the cardboard off of here. It's just, the glue just dried out on it. No big deal. Makes my life easier. The less packaging I have to fight with, the better, because the lower the odds of losing parts. As always, if I screw something up, which I did many times in the unboxing video with the wrong names for parts of the plane, free stickers, just email me. You can get a sticker. I'm cheating today, okay? There we go. And I've been repeating, what is it? Elevator, rudder, aileron, flaps. Elevator, rudder, aileron, flaps. I just trying to not completely. Landing gear fairing, okay? Engine cowl. There we go. I think I know what a cockpit canopy is. I'm well-versed on the cockpit. Let's see here. So we're going to start off putting this little fella together. Hey, I found a good use for that screwdriver. This is the little propeller hub. This is metal. And let's see here. We're going to take something and put it into something else. We got to take, this fella. Come on, get out of there. There we go. So this, I believe, goes into here. Let's see about that. That looks like that fits well. And then, Yep, that's correct. Okay, now, oh, this is the fun part. We gotta put these propellers. Let's get this out of the way. We gotta put the propellers into this little geared doohickey, and they give you these. Why am I so challenged today? They give you these little angled blocks to lay them in, which let's make sure they're properly aligned so they stay always at the same angles together. There we go. Oh, nope, not quite. There we are. Okay. And you'll know when they fit because they fit. Oh, there we go. That's it. Okay, make sure it's fully seated in the little angle block, or whatever they call it. I mean, oh my God, look at the detail on that tampo, on that decoration. That's nice looking. Okay, we've got our 3 little propellers there. I mean, we could try a different view here. We've got a couple here. No, that's not much better. But yeah, there we go. Let's zoom her in a little bit. Okay, and now we've got to take this little fella. And, we got to put, Ian screwed up. See, reading is fundamental. I got to take these back out for a second here. We got to put this little gear in there first. Then we put in the propellers. There we are. And that. And then we put on this retainer. Okay. And then we're going to just put a little screw right in the middle there. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we got that one plastic screw in there. So they don't separately bag the screws. So you have the coarse thread plastic and the fine thread metal screws. They just came in one baggie. They're identified in the instructions though. So pay attention to the instructions and also common sense. If you're gonna screw it into a piece of plastic, it's probably gonna be a coarse thread plastic screw. And if you're gonna screw it into a piece of metal, it's probably gonna be a fine thread metal screw. And 3-in-1 oil, of course. So now we've got that one screw in the middle. And we're going to put this little doohickey, okay? Someone in the comments, do your thing, you know? The doohickey, Ian, that you referred to so willy-nilly is in fact a blah, blah, blah. I appreciate that. I actually like that. And then we got this little end cap right there. She pops on. Okay, nice tight fit. And after putting those two nicely detailed parts on, we're going to cover them with the prop nose cone here. All right. And then we're going to put 3 metal screws in the back of here, obviously with some 3-in-1 oil, and we will return shortly. All right, the propeller's all together, and I got some of this stuff off Amazon. Multi-purpose silicone grease, NSF, food service safe. This is a safe grease to use on basically anything, including plastics. And I filled up a little syringy thing with a little angle tube. I actually stole this tip from my Solarez kit. And I put a little grease on that bottom ring gear where these propellers rest. Because when I assembled it before, it worked. See these, you could change the angle of attack of the blades. It's a manual thing. It's not something that the model does automatically, I don't think. But it felt like a little bit of resistance. And I just didn't want to wear the plastic teeth out prematurely if I decide that I'm constantly going to be doing this like a fidget spinner, because God knows I need some of those. But either way, yeah, so the propellers together, it's weighty and it looks really nice. It's pretty cool. That's not bad. This is my first actual propeller plane of model kit of any kind I've ever built. Surprisingly, I just get intimidated by aircraft models. Stage complete, and then we're gonna start building the engine. Woohoo! And that's gonna need this set of parts here. And cardboard away. It was self-disassembling, thankfully. And we've got our big metal engine cowling that we showed in the unboxing. And all sorts of little bits and pieces. What else do we got here? Oh, wait, I got the wrong parts. I need the upper or the lower. Yeah, this is I need the lower part of the engine cowling. So that stage is actually right here. There we go. Geez, Ian, can't even follow pictures sometimes. I'm helpless. But hey, again, if I can build one of these things, that pretty much guarantees anyone can do it. It's not like watching Jan Ken cook, so can you. I still couldn't cook like that for 20 years. Okay, well, look at this. A nice, whoa, sorry, a nice little engine octopus here. There we go. Let's just zoom out a tiny bit for now. And we're gonna start building some of these cylinders. So these these even come in a separate little tray of their own. Let's take a look at a couple of these. We didn't check them out. Oh, those are metal. Those are metal. And they're nice. They've already got like little valve train or spark plug or something on there, already painted silver, which is very nice. And we've got these little bits also that we have to clip on top of each cylinder when we assemble them. So we're literally just gonna sandwich 2 of these together. Okay. Get a little. I'm so not good with the zoom. I'm sorry, everybody. Here we go. We're gonna just squeeze them together, and then we just squeeze them together. They're just snap fit. Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, that makes life easier. And we're going to take a couple of these little doohickeys and insert them right on top of there, like so. They don't fit super tightly. Let me see if I'm supposed to glue those. They look similar. Okay, there's a left and a right, which I just happened into dumb luck of putting on correctly. But you get those little tiny little nipples, whatever. Apply a small amount of super glue to the two pins. Okay, so we're going to glue these together. So I'm going to break out the super glue, and I'll be right back with this glued together. Okay, so on to stage 3. The little cylinder heads, just make sure when you're gluing those little top parts on, those little pegs are facing out. Okay, and the instructions, as I don't know if I said it already, a dotted line means no glue, a solid red line means glue the part together. So we've got 2 more cylinders with their little top pieces to glue together. Got a couple other accoutrements here, and a cool discovery. We're putting all this work into the engine. It's going to look awesome. And oh, that's how you look at it afterwards. The engine cowling is magnetic, and it'll just come apart. So you can pop that off and admire your work, or show it off to someone who's feigning that they give a crap about your modeling hobby. Okay, there we go. The wife is like, oh, that's nice, dear. Yeah. Kind of like what your mom used to say to you when you were a kid. You're like, Mom, look, I made a castle. Oh, that's nice, dear. That really meant, I really don't care. Go, just leave me alone. Do whatever you want, as long as you don't get arrested. We're going to throw these cylinders together, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that was easy, just a little super glue. We're going to take our upper engine cowling now, and this little intake bit that I identified as possibly being for the intake, and there's a couple of pegs on here. And, oh, solid red line, so they want us to put a little bit of glue on these. A little glue there, little glue there. Don't go crazy with the crazy glue. If you can, get one of these little needle applicator tips, and I 3D printed a little base so it doesn't fall over as much. But any CA glue will work. And it's, there we go. I almost glued my thumb to that. There we go. Nice. Ooh, positive snap. Nothing makes me happier than a positive click. And there's our intake in there. And it's got the channels for our 2 7.7 millimeter machine guns that are going to come out of the nose. So that's cool. Nice. Okay. Or, well, I mean, they're not really going to come out of the nose. I think this just the tip. Just the tip. They were maintaining aerodynamics at all costs on this fighter. And that is it for stage 3. So we're going to grab stage 4 now out of the box. Here we go. And this one, oh, I actually have to peel the cardboard off of it. Oh, woe is me. Peeling open cardboard. Okay, looks like, all right, we got a couple more cylinders. So it's like building track links for this plane. Time to build the cylinder heads. And we've got a couple other nifty things. This is in its own little plastic clamshell to protect it. So this might be bendy bits, maybe. And then we've got what looks like the retaining plate to hold those together, and a couple of metal screws. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to get these cylinders popped together, and we will return shortly. All right, we got those little cylinders glued together, and now we got to, it's a little bit of a balancing act, you know, to get all those cylinders to sit in there, but it's not difficult. It's just fiddly. Just leave it laying flat on your work surface, and that seems to be the best course of action. So we're going to put on that back plate like I thought, and a little bit of, Ian, my hands are shaking. Let's see here. Okay, this is cool. This is very different. Like, I don't know. I just really enjoy putting these part works together. They're just fun, especially when the paint finish is already really nice on them. Like, it makes it very enjoyable. It's a lot of gratification in every box of parts. You know, it's kind of what we all live for, sort of. Sense of accomplishment. since who knows, I don't accomplish a whole lot anywhere else in life. Stage complete. Okay, stage 5, we're going to put some more engine bits together. So we're going to go on to part 4 of building the engine, and that will be the end of pack 1 of parts when we're done with that. Oh boy, oh geez, recycling, take out the recycling. Okay, so the honeymoon boxes are over. As people have heard me say before, like the first few stages of every part work seem to come packaged, you know, in nice clamshells and all fancy. And I call those the honeymoon parts, because that's like the intro parts that you get, and it's just like, it's meant to kind of wow you. I really don't care about the packaging. All it does is end up either in, well, mostly recycling, cardboard and plastic, so recycle all that stuff, but still, you know. There we go. And we've got some different cylinder heads. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of these, yeah, some of these are slightly different than the others. Some of them have a little thing sticking out right there, and some don't. And they really only go in one way, so you can't screw that up because the pin sizes are different. So let's just see what we got to do here. Got to glue a couple more cylinders together, and protrusions face outward. Protrusions. I was saying like nipple or pokey thing. Yeah, protrusions. Okay. So we're gonna, okay, it's basically we're building a second row of cylinders, so we end up with 14. And then we've got these little parts on a sprue. Come on here. Okay. There we go. We got these little parts on a sprue that we have to cut off. So to do that, let's see how we want to cut these off. Okay. All right. So let's do this real quick, just so we know where to cut. So some of you are already well-accomplished model builders that are building these things, and some of you might be new to modeling, and you're doing the part work because you're a bit new to modeling, and it's a little less intimidating. So, and again, here we go. Okay, so we're going to cut these off right where the taper ends on the sprue. Okay. So your part is just like that. We're going to cut all those off the same. Now I have some fairly fancy, super sharp, single-bladed sprue cutters. You don't have to use those. There goes my magnifiers. Any sort of, anything even resembling a flush cutter, see, that'll do. These are cheap. You know, you can get these at Harbor Freight for a few bucks. They're not expensive. So you don't have to use, you know, super duper special nippers. Okay, well, I'm going to get these cut off and put onto the engine, and we will return shortly. Well, look at that. We got some parts done. So if you notice these little guys, see they have the letter A and B, and I think this one had C and something else on there. You just want to make sure you get those in the correct notch. This is now done. This half of the engine. You got those. There goes my air compressor. Right on time, right when I hit record. But yeah, there we go. There's all those little guys on there. Very nice. Those spark plug wire? I don't know. Oh, Jesus, Ian. I got to look up an engine diagram, I suppose. But either way, weighty part, all metal, except for these tiny little plastic bits on top and over here. But yeah, very nice. So this is what we're left with. So that is stage complete, and that is the end of pack 1. So here's the thing with these part works is you often end up like this at the end of a stage with parts you're not using right away and other things. I am going to a system. I will be doing a video on it, but I'll just give you a little sneak peek. It involves cookie sheets, okay? So, that being said, thank you for watching. If you found any screw-ups, please feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, check the link to Agora's website. This model is way cooler than it leads on to believe by its outward appearance. It still looks amazing, but the innards of this thing are just phenomenal. And you know, email me for free stickers, and either way, keep watching. We're gonna build this Zero Fighter up, and it's going to be massive, like 2-foot wide wingspan. It's gonna be cool. All right, guys, adios. What else? We'll screw up next time. Have a nice day.